so just help me out there a minute there. Yeah, you're coming in very nicely down here to the North Island there, over.
Hey Roger, on that there, would you be near Auckland, New Zealand, Roger?
Yes, yes, I'm in the city of Auckland. That's our biggest city, so you're quite right. You got Jim, 007 Jim, Julian India Mike there. 197, I'm getting all these numbers are running around in my head at the moment there, over.
Yeah, okay, Roger there, Jim 007, Auckland, New Zealand. You got Joe on this side, Juliet Oscar Echo, and the number is 9 Alpha Uniform 791, copy.
Oh, good stuff there, Joe. Good stuff. Yeah, I tell you what, this conception is pouring down here at the moment. Really is pouring. I guess the sun's heading back up to your direction. The old sun must be over the equator by now, and it's really heating things up this side there, over.
Yeah, the South Pacific propagation has been very good. Every night I've been working a lot of different stations, anywhere from South Pacific, Hawaii, and all right into Indonesia, a lot of Australia, Tassie, and New Zealand. But yeah, your signal's very nice here. It's bouncing up into the red there, so 10S units anyway there, Roger.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, I wasn't sure how I was getting out. I was down on Alpha Mike, talking to the Americans down there on AM. But the AM guys aren't, well, they're not much help really. I certainly prefer to work the sideband there. Yeah, what part of Canada are you in there, Joe?
Yeah, Jim, my QTH is off the extreme southwest coast of British Columbia, out here in the southern Gulf Islands. So if you know where Vancouver is on the southwest coast of British Columbia, our island chain is about 50 kilometers, I guess, southwest of Vancouver, Roger.
The southeast coast of British Columbia. Yeah, I'm running a 4-element Yagi beam, and the radio's called a Durham, sort of a CB type radio. And I'm getting a nice copy, like I say. Have I spoken to you before? I thought I might have spoken to you before, the over.
Yeah, I believe I have worked you before. I do talk to a lot of stations in New Zealand, and I believe I do have you logged down here. And you were pushing a good signal the last time I did QSO with you. The working conditions on this end here, right now I'm running an old 458, a D104 mic, going through an Antron 99, not too high off the ground, and got a little bit of fire in the wire here, running a Texas Star 350 high drive amp there, Roger.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's quite interesting to see what you've got there. Always interested in what the antenna is. A little bit of power always helps, obviously. But, yeah, those Antron 99s, I'm talking to guys all over the place with them, and they certainly do the job on skip. Very, very nice. A little nice sunny day here. Temperature's probably about 23 degrees Celsius at the moment, and the sun's out, no clouds. And, all good. And it's, what is it, Thursday afternoon? I think it's just after 1 o'clock.
Hey Roger, on that there, yeah, you're a full day ahead of us there pretty much. It sounds like you're having a beautiful, I guess it's fall there now, we're into spring. And today wasn't bad. We sort of had a mixed bag. We had started off with light showers, and then the sun shone for a little bit there, and then a little bit more showers, and then sunny again. And right now we just got some cloud cover up there, and temperature today was 11 degrees Celsius, and currently it's about 10 degrees Celsius out there, Roger.
Yeah, I guess you'll be looking forward to summer. I guess it's on its way, so I guess it'll be good to warm the toes a little bit there, over.
Oh, I'm a warm weather person. I tell you, if it could be summer year-round, that would be perfect. I have a friend right now that's in New Zealand, and he's been in New Zealand since October, and he is absolutely loving the place.
Yeah, we've had a terrible summer here too. It's been the worst summer we've had for years, so in case he hasn't been talking to the locals, definitely the worst summer for years. A lot of the weekends have been windy and rainy, and the weekends, very disappointing weekends here for most of the summer there, over.
Well, you know, last summer was like that, the same here, and last spring wasn't very nice here as well. It was cool. It wasn't overly wet, but it was very cool spring last year, 2011. And the summertime, you know, it was okay, but I've seen it much better. So we didn't hit one day of 30 degrees Celsius, and usually we have about 3 or 4 here in the island. about 30 degrees Celsius. The Pacific Ocean kind of keeps our temperatures moderated year-round there, Roger.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably, there's big variations here too. I would imagine it's like a lot of land masses, the variations can be huge. Night temperature, today's temperature, and then Monday to the next perhaps. So what, it could be 30 degrees one day and maybe 15 the next day or something like that there over.
Yeah, it can happen. It can definitely happen. Winter months here don't get that cold. We don't get extremes of bitter cold here. Coldest temperature this past winter was -4 degrees Celsius here, which I recorded around the middle of January, and that was it. We had just one day of snow there, about 3 inches of it, Roger. Oh yeah, Canada is definitely a big country. I think most of the population sort of like lives close to the, in the south part anyway. I mean, as you travel more northwards, it gets a lot colder the winters, and especially as you get farther away from the ocean. Even the central U.S., you get into the northern states there, and it's downright frigid in the wintertime. They don't have any, they don't have the ocean to moderate the winter temperatures. So, you know, we're talking temperatures -30. You get -40 in some of those places, which is absolutely unheard of here on the coast there, Roger.
Yeah. I've met Canadians over here from various places, and -20 has been is normal for their winter. Up on the other side, a little bit further north there, can't remember exactly the name of the state, but it was on the east coast there. It might have been Vancouver, one of those big cities, Montreal. And I was thinking, boy, crikey, we don't know what cold is down here. We don't know what cold is. When you talk to those guys and what they have to endure there over.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, the way I look at it, cold is a matter of perspective. So it's rare that our winter minimums, extreme winter minimums, drop below -6 degrees Celsius. So that would be bitterly cold from where you're at. But if you went down to the South Island of New Zealand, to Dunedin or Invercargill, it definitely does get to -6 there in the winter, Roger.
Yeah, the South Island does compensate. They get cold. They do get cold, that's for sure. I'm never around to feel that, but they're surrounded by mountains and there's snow on the mountains, so being so close to that, they're going to feel it there. Hey, are you guys for temperature-wise, are you Celsius or Fahrenheit? I suppose you're more like the rest of the world. And what, litres to gallons, and are you in the metric system also in the imperial era?
Yeah, we're the same as you. We're metric here in Canada. We switched over, I guess it would have been about 1974, something like that. So when you go to the gas station, you fill up in liters, and metric, it's all metric system measurement.
Okay. So the American tourists must get a little bit confused by all of that there, remember?
Yeah, they are. They're the old school. When you we live very close to the United States here. Matter of fact, from our island, we can see into Washington State, San Juan Islands. We're not very far from the U.S. here, so at 48 degrees latitude, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump into Washington State. And once you get across the imaginary line there into the U.S., it's all standard then, from kilometers to miles per hour in the States, and from liters here, they sell their gas in gallons there, Roger.
Yeah, that is a bit confusing. Typical America, if the world has one measurement, they've got to have another. But they seem to be changing slowly, and I'm finding a lot of the guys on the radio are very educated. A lot of them are into the kilometres now, and so they're kind of getting there. It saves a bit of confusion there over.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think our country is pretty much like yours. I mean, we're a British Commonwealth. We have the Queen on our money, just like you guys. And I mean, I think like you guys, like you say, you have the metric system like most other countries. We switched over many moons ago, and I would imagine you guys did there too. So I record my temperatures in Celsius, and I know when I'm talking to my friends in the States, I have to kind of convert it over to them, because when I tell them it's 15 degrees out, they think it's downright freezing here.
Exactly. At least a lot of the guys, especially California's very educated, and and Australians talk about the temperature, they generally seem to know that we're into the it is Celsius. Maybe it sounds too cold, you know. An Australian guy will say it's 30 degrees Celsius, and I'm pretty sure they're all well aware that it's usually pretty hot, so it's probably not going to be the Fahrenheit there,
Exactly. No, that's exactly right. It's funny. Most of them, and I talk to the U.S. every day on the DX, so I'm pretty good with my geography, and I know you are too. When you start talking around the world on one of these things there, but there's a lot of them that don't really know too much about us here in Canada, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're in a world of their own. It's the same as us. And I know years ago, the eastern states on the other side of America and Middle America don't know where New Zealand is. I don't think even some of them have heard of New Zealand. I was on the radio last year on Channel 1 and talking to a bunch of guys over in the, you know, further across America there, over in the eastern states. And they didn't know where New Zealand was. They just couldn't get it. They could not get it. It was quite amusing there over.
Well, I tell you what, they think we have polar bears up here. When we were in Southern California, believe it or not, it was about 3.5 years ago, we were down at Disneyland, and one of the gals at the ticket booth asked where we were from, and we said, you know, the southwest coast of British Columbia, not so far from Vancouver or Victoria. And she said to us, boy, I can't wait to go up there one day and see your polar bears. I had to laugh.
I would imagine that's a bit too far south for that sort of thing there. And what about the accents? Can the American guys tell the Canadian accent, or is there not much difference a lot of times?
Oh, they can totally tell it. We say A, they say uh-huh. So, yeah, no, there's a big difference between American and Canadian accent. I can pick it out right away, and yeah, so can they for sure.
I haven't been able to compare enough. I guess you need one and then the other to be able to pick that up there. And I always say when there's a Canadian tourist here, I always will say Canadian first. And we do get more Canadians here than Americans too, funnily enough. And if I'm talking to somebody, I'll use the word Canadian first, because I don't think Canadians want to be called American. But if they're an American, they don't seem to mind. They don't mind being called Canadian,
I've heard of Americans actually putting a Canadian flag on their backpack when they're traveling through Europe. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but I've definitely heard stories about that. I think Canada's pretty much well liked around the world, and I'm sure New Zealand and Australia are too. We don't, well, I shouldn't really say anything, but you know what I mean.
I'll say it for you. In a way, America has stuffed it up for a lot of the world as well. America make themselves unpopular, and that's what they need to think of too. When they go to war, they really need to think of, the wider circle here. And I think the Western world actually gets linked to America a little bit. They do get linked to that. So I think in a way, in some situations, they may have stuffed it up for us there over.
Oh yeah, no, I think so too, yeah, and we do have a very good relationship with them, don't get me wrong. Canada and US, they are good neighbors of ours, but yeah, I know what you mean when there's always a conflict. Well, someone's got to have their nose in it, and that's not always a good thing.
I mean, sometimes you feel you need to step in, but sometimes it's not the best thing, and it's a tricky one, alright, for sure. Anyway, Joe, I might just carry on with some things here, work a little bit more skip. I'm just on the computer as well, just trying to sort something out, and working the skip at the same time there, over.
Okay, perfect. Well, you know what? The condition's been just beautiful on this frequency. I tell you, I'm glad you wanted to QSY to 315 here. Your signal hasn't faded once. Your audio's perfect. It's just absolutely awesome. So it's been a pleasure to talk with you and your good sounding station from New Zealand.
Yeah, good stuff there, Joe. Yours is fluctuating from sort of 2s to 5s here. 2s to 5s. When you're pushing 5s, it's really good, really loud on this radio. So absolutely excellent. Hopefully we'll catch you again. Especially all the conditions like this, and I think as the sun heads your way, it just might get a little bit stronger.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I usually flick this thing on for a bit when I get home from work just to I do enjoy working South Pacific DX, and especially good sounding stations like yours where I don't have to fight with other stations sort of coming in there and making a mess of things. But nice and clear on the frequency, and really enjoyed the QSO, especially a lengthy one like this.
I tell you what, Joe, I just was on 38 there, channel 38, and I thought I'll just test my SWR before transmitting. And I turned the dial and I didn't look where it ended up, and it was actually on 39. And I did a quick test, and the SWR was sort of okay. And when I dropped the button, there you were. I don't know whether you called people up there, but I was just on that channel accidentally there over.
Well, it worked out pretty good there. I usually get on 395 and just call for a few Alpha uniform stations in Australia, and I usually make a few connections every night there, but a lot of times it's kind of like a hornet's nest in there with a big mess of, you get 20 stations coming in at once, so it's hard to pick out the loud ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never been any good at that too. The little brain gets confused when there's two or three, and especially if I can hear three numbers, and I've got to try and sort of put them in some sort of order and organise them there over.
I know, exactly. So this is the kind of DX I do enjoy talking. It's almost like talking on the telephone. It's so clear.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm surprised there's no breakers here either. Normally they hear me with my funny accent. They know it's from down under. So looks like I've got my clean run this time. Okay, Joe, we'll catch you for now.
Okay, there. We'll be talking again there, 007. And like I said, I got you in my logbook again, and I know I did talk to you before. And once again, it's been a pleasure. So you have yourself a good day out there. And happy DXing to you. And with that, we'll say 73s, and we did enjoy the QSO. This will be Alpha Uniform 791 out here in the Southern Gulf Islands on the west coast of Canada. We're going to be QSX and most likely QSY.
Cheers, Joe. 73s.
Check, 73s, man.